Hello, everybody. This is the Toxic Dog Voice. Here's it. Now, I just came check a job site over here. So we got the contract to build a 10 post. Basically, we're just gonna do the 10 post setup for somebody here. So this part of the job that I do, like in my spare time after work in the weekends, I run my own company, basically, not like big company, but on the side job. So we are proof of work, right? And you see most people who really believe in Bitcoin, who get Bitcoin, they always, you see, they are hardworking people, just like me and you listening, like really freedom-minded people, hardworking, self-responsibility people, people who's not taking any shit from anybody. So, and people with strong personality, right? So you won't see like very dummies, like easy, like people who are weak, right? They are not gonna get Bitcoin. I mean, most people I see in this planet, like in this society, in most societies, they are soft people, like in general, like the majority is soft. It's stupid and dumb, and they won't get Bitcoin right away. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna wait until Bitcoin adoption hit 90%, and that's when they're gonna have to accept it by default, right? But they will not understand it until everybody else understands it. You see what I mean? So it will just be a default, by default for them. Just like this guy Peter Schiff, right? I love his content. I love a lot of what he say about the economy and how the economic machine works. He know a lot about taxes, governments, and a lot of those things. I understand a lot of those things, and I agree with most of what he say. But when we start talking about Bitcoin, I think it's just complete bullshit, right? So he just don't get it, just don't understand. And I can see his arrogance, just prevent him to understand, to reach that point of understanding what Bitcoin is. So now that doesn't mean that I shouldn't listen to him. I still listen to Peter Schiff, and I love a lot of what he says. But it's just that this point when he start talking about Bitcoin, I think he's just, sometimes he's just wanna troll, or maybe if he think Bitcoin is a threat to his business, something like that. So that's why I try to understand why he's like that. But anyway, so yeah, but you guess what? Peter Schiff gonna have to understand it, and gonna have to accept the fact that Bitcoin is better. And here's why: because even himself said that. He said he gonna wait until Bitcoin is accepted, right? Is being transacted in terms of let's say if you go buy something, right? You buy a coffee, and the coffee is denominated in sats. So that's when he gonna accept the fact that Bitcoin is money, but he won't accept it until then. But the problem with that is that if you're waiting until then you're just gonna be like the rest of the 90%, right? So the 90% of the people, they're gonna wait until this time come. But like all the major gains, right? Like instead of getting let's say, it's like saying, if you, instead of getting at Bitcoin, right, at $100, right, So you wait when Bitcoin is at 200,000. That's a silly game. You know what I mean? It's like, why are you so stupid? You should just get in when it's like, when you get it, when you understand it. I mean, I don't get some people gonna get it at $1 million. I mean, some people, like, they're not even born yet, but they're gonna buy Bitcoin when it's at $1 million. I mean, I understand those people, right? They was not here yet, but you were here, right? You got the time. You didn't put the work to understand it. You didn't put the energy, right? So you missed it, right? The reality is nobody never ever missed Bitcoin, right? You're never too late in Bitcoin. It doesn't matter what the time is, because Bitcoin is, right? It's like the mountain. The mountain is. You have to play around it. So, anyways, this is that. And yeah, I just wanted to just talk about the morality around Bitcoin and why you cannot destroy this thing. You can't fight them. You have to join them. So that's what Bitcoin is. And also, I want to talk about the fact that, the cost of living is through the roof. Things are too expensive. People cannot afford to live anymore. It's crazy. It's really crazy out there, and I don't even know what people are gonna do. I mean, people are taking, money from their credit card to buy groceries. They can't afford to feed themselves, their family. All the kids are gonna feed themselves. Like, this is crazy, right? And this is like a major crisis coming up. And interest rate is high. Like, government, like those central banks, they are raising interest rate for those families with, like, the one has like massive credit card, right? By the way, your credit card interest rate is flexible, right? It's a flexible interest rate. It's not a fixed interest rate. So those, those stupid, right, people on top of those, making decision to raise the interest rate, they have a fixed interest rate on their fucking mortgage, right? Whatever the $2 million house they have, it's a fixed interest rate, right? They locked it in before they raise the interest because they are not stupid. So you, in the middle class, right? A single parent, right? You have to pay the 20% on your credit card. But them, under $2 million home, they just have to pay 1% or 2%. That's absolutely crazy. So why? This is the problem of fear. That's what Bitcoin fixes. Nobody can put the price, can say what the price of money is, right? It take this out of the hands of human beings, right? So it put it in on a self-regulated, self-control, right? Math, energy, physics, right? That's what Bitcoin does, right? So you can't beat them, you join them. So Bitcoin is the new money era. So, and really, if you really think about it, like, look at how much are we suffering from this, from all these, those negative externalities of this money printing. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So that's why I create content to teach you guys and your families, educate them about Bitcoin, self-custody, not your keys, not your coin. And anyway, it is the thing, like, if you get a few families into Bitcoin, right? They probably gonna say you're stupid. They're gonna probably you tell them buy Bitcoin, they buy Dogecoin, they think it's cheaper. It's clown world. But if you at least you did try, right? If they make a stupid mistake, that's on them, right? But at least you did try. Tell them, right, to buy Bitcoin, right? So that's the thing. So if they make a stupid mistake by taking the Bitcoin and then give it to an exchange or take collateral on all those stupid things, that's on them. If they buy shitcoin with it, that's on them, right? But when everything is denominated in sats, so which is already happening in the Lightning Network, right? So you tell me what these people gonna do, right? So, I don't want to be feel mad. I don't want to feel sad the fact that I didn't tell enough people about Bitcoin. I didn't educate enough people about Bitcoin. So this is why I create this podcast, and I create a YouTube channel, and I create a website, picover.com. Go over there. Now it's just the beginning. I'm just putting some content, educational, how you self-custody your keys, your Bitcoin, teaching about what is Bitcoin, the basics, things like that. I teach on this website, right? So, in the Lightning Network as well, right? So, I'm gonna put even more on those. So, because it's that important, right? It's that important. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and this was the Toxic Talk, and I won't keep you guys for too long. Again, support the podcast if you want me to keep going, right? So everything requires money in this world, right? So, and by the way, even if it's just a few cents, it will make me happy and will give me the courage to keep going, spread the word, educate, and save as many people as I can from the shitcoinery market, right? So when I first started, I thought it was all about get rich quick, right? But until I realized no, it wasn't. It was about separating money from state, which is much more of a bigger purpose, something that's bigger than us, right? So we don't understand, everybody's a slave to the fiat system, but they don't understand that, right? I think it's okay. They don't understand that they are living in the matrix, right? Because you're so stuck in the matrix, you can't see that you're a slave, right? Until you break that cycle yourself. So Bitcoin helps you break that cycle and gives you freedom, right? So this is the point. So in the shitcoin world, you're still gonna be a slave. You're still gonna be subject to what the founder and the foundation is gonna say. You're still a slave to that. Bitcoin break that, and you run your node. You're self-sovereign individual. You don't give a fuck whether the government owns 50% of Bitcoin or whatever it is. You run your node. You verify your transaction. You don't give a flying fuck whatever somebody else say. Anyways, this was the podcast for today, Toxic Talk, and I will see you again in the next Toxic Talk. Bye, folks.